Welcome back, Kings. So today we're talking business. A lot has happened over the past year. System changes, item reworks, new items. Riven buff happened a patch ago so they can sell a new skin called Broken Covenant.
Broken Convenient Riven.
I'll go over all these things and we'll talk about how to build Riven in the new Season 13. Remember how in the last 2 seasons, Riven would build the same items every single game? That would be the same Gore Drinker, Life-Stealing, Perma-Shielding, Drain Tank gameplay, and some people weren't a fan of that. Yeah, it was her strongest build, but you weren't getting the satisfying one-shot combos. Instead, you would jump into a fight and slowly suck on everyone's PP like you were playing Swain, and they can't kill you because you're too tanky. Now things are different. Riot Game has given us some new items to play with. Eclipse. They gave this item ability haste, so now it's viable on Riven. It builds off a Warhammer and Serrated Duck. The max health damage and armor pen passive is so good on Riven, who struggles to do anything against those armored bastards. Ravenous Hydra was super useless last season, but now it got reworked into a god item. Now it has a stacking mechanic where you can stack AD by killing minions, and you lose them when you die. Kinda like a Magi Soul Stealer, but for AD. This item is crazy as a first item because of this. All you have to do is rush it and then start stacking so you get an insane power spike with a free AD. Not only that, but it comes with a good amount of ability haste. Spear Shojin is back, but it's not like how it was before. You would think that an item that gives ability haste, scaling off bonus AD is a wet dream for Riven, but it only works on non-CC abilities. That means it only works on her E. That's dog shit. This new Riven build was concocted by some random one trick. I believe his name was Bob the Builder Europe West or something. First you go Ravenous Hydra, then Eclipse, and then Cleaver. If you want to be safer, go Cleaver second for the extra health boost, then Eclipse after. After these 3 items, you'll have enough AD and armor pen to one-shot anyone. This build is definitely more greedy and risky, but more snowbally build. With Tiamat Rush, you're always going to be pushing in, so you better up your ward game. But you'll have a lot of pushing power so you can roam and make plays. Pressuring the lane and stealing camps is going to make it so easy for you to push your lead. But let's say you don't want to rush Tiamat and you want to keep freezing in a lane. Cause you don't want to get Cinch Flinged or Gragas bombard under tower, or maybe you don't want to get ganked by the Trundle who was actually Nico the whole time. Then you have the option to go Serrated Dick first and then Tiamat. You can still go the Gore Drinker build if you feel like you need the sustain against the enemy team comp. Go Gore Drinker, Black Cleaver into Death's Dance. But Death's Dance has been changed. They removed the ability haste from it, so now it's not as viable as a second item, and the healing you get from it got cut in half. Ass. Maw also got its haste removed, and now instead of Omnivamp, it gives Lifesteal, which is fine because Riven uses auto attacks a lot, so it hardly makes a difference for her. Basically, the Drain Tank playstyle got hit with less ability haste, so now we can't heal and shield as much. It's still a viable and safe build though. It's good in certain situations like team fights, unlike Prowler's Claw. I know some Rivens use it against certain matchups, but ever since the durability update, yeah, remember that shit? Well, ever since then, all champions have more armor now. That means flat armor pen is overall weaker. Lethality is a weird looking stat. The only exception is Eclipse because it's got that juicy max HP damage. So don't go building Duskblade looking at that ability haste mythic passive, activating the neurons in your bonobo brainstem. Then you can build situational items like Grudge, Death's Dance, Maw, Guardian Angel. Oh yeah, GA is going to be more viable now that we're going for the full snowball playstyle. The runes are going to be more or less the same. Conqueror with Sorcery or Resolve, but things are a little different. You should go Alacrity if you're going to go Unflinching. You don't want to have both Tenacity and Unflinching. Riot recently made a change to how Tenacity works, so stacking it is not good. But because we're going to go Snowball build, we're going to lean into Sorcery with Nimbus Cloak and Flash and Ignite. We want as much early kill pressure as possible. That's the playstyle we're going for now. You either get fed, or you're useless all game. For shards, we go double adaptive with Armor or MR. For your starter items, go Longsword 3 pots. We want Longsword 3 pots so we could trade as much as possible in lane. 3 potions lets us sustain more compared to Doran's Blade 1 potion. But Doran's Blade is still good if you feel safer with the extra health boost. And you should get Doran's Shield to survive poke. For your boots, Lucidity is the best item in the game. Always get this item. Ninja Tabbies is so strong now after it got buffed. And Merc Treads suck. Nobody builds these.
Who the fuck threw that motherfucking busted ass goddamn Adidas?
After Ravenous Hydra, you can perma-push waves to roam and steal camps. Against tanks, you can go Cleaver first item. Cleaver is mandatory on Riven. It has everything she needs. She needs the health so she can be more tanky and not get one-shot. Eclipse isn't really that great as a first item because she doesn't get sustained from it. At least Hydra gives her lifesteal to sustain from minions. Or should I say, Rivenous Hydra? So yeah, it looks like we have a fun new Riven build. It'll feel like vintage Riven back in the day when she was going Brutalizer. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe, check this one out. I give tips on how to get to Diamond with Riven, so I'll see you on the next one.